The 1960s was a time when people knew their neighbors, and it wasn't uncommon for people to leave their doors unlocked while they were away from home. If you were fortunate enough to have lived in the 60s, then you certainly know how special the cars were. The decade had cheap gas and lots of open roads, which gave way to a lot of different cars. For many manufacturers, it was considered the golden years. Some iconic cars such as a Mustang and Camaro came along, but there were also many other memorable cars. Even if you didn't have a muscle car, there were still plenty of ones to choose from. Volkswagen became as popular as ever in the 1960s. The designs of most cars started becoming more sleek, and they certainly had a lot more power. It was a decade of change in many different aspects, and cars were no exception. However, cars weren't regulated quite as much as they are now, so in a way there was a sense of freedom. The world was yours to conquer, and it began with what you drove. Did you have a need for speed? If so, then maybe a Mustang, Camaro, or Roadrunner was for you. How about road trips with friends? If that was the case, then maybe a Volkswagen bus was in order. There were quite a few options for the consumer. Your needs and the price of what you wanted were the only things that would hold you back. In 1960, the average cost of a new car was $2,752. The average cost of a gallon of gas was about 31 cents. At that time, cars were not really fast. There wasn't a need for it. No one was concerned about where you were going or when you would be back, much less how long you would be gone. Cell phones and answering machines weren't even a thought for anyone during that time period. As the decade went on, everything was changing. People were getting more weird, music was getting louder, and parties were getting wilder. Somewhere in the middle of that was the automobile. They were trying to appeal to older consumers as well as the younger ones. Some cars, such as the Mustang, were able to do just that. New car sales records were broken in 1968 and then again in 1969. For many people, 1969 is considered to be the greatest single automotive year in history. In fact, the decade is considered the golden years of the automobile. The 1960s introduced us to more beloved vehicles than any other decade in history. No matter who you were, Detroit tried to have a car for you. Foreign cars were also edging their way into the American market. Basically, people had more choices than ever before. If you didn't want a new car or you couldn't afford one, then a car from the 1950s was still attainable with affordable prices. So it may be possible that you drove a 1950s car through the 1960s. However, there's little doubt that you were drooling over a 1960s car, and hopefully at some point you were able to get one of those and drive it around. Today, these classic cars may conjure up fond memories of a time well spent when summers never seemed to end. What can be better than great music, great cars, and great memories? If there was a way for you to transport yourself back to this time of excitement, then I'm sure you would. What kind of car did you have in the 1960s, and what are some of your special memories during that time? Let us know in the comments below.